My amendment would restore the funding for the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. This bill in its current form defunds the EEOC by $20 million and would have defunded it another $35 million had Mr. Clyde had his way. Defunding the EEOC is just another way to rig the game against working people. Not only do corporations and wealthy executives need tax breaks, well, apparently they need greater leeway to abuse their workers as well. The EEOC is part of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, landmark legislation that affirms it's not your race, it's not your skin color, it's not your religion or your gender or your identity that matters. What matters is your ability. But all too often, that is not how things shake out, because qualified candidates are passed over for hiring and promotions because of prejudices, because of racism and sexism, or just personal vindictiveness. The EEOC stands up for qualified workers. It's a guardian of merit. It fights for folks who deserve more dignity than they've been given. It's a guardrail that stops bosses from exercising total control over their workers. Workplace discrimination won't go away if we defund the EEOC. In 2023, they adjudicated more than 80,000 claims. Defunding this commission only means more abuses will be permitted and more workers will be mistreated. And we all recognize that we are operating and living and working in an environment where the worker is mistreated, is disdained, and is taken for granted, and is discriminated against because of race, creed, color, or national origin, ancestry, or any other that there is. Earlier in my career, I served as a director of the Office of Civil Rights at the New Jersey Department of Transportation. So I know what workplace discrimination looks like. And even earlier before that, my first job was working with the New Jersey Division on Civil Rights, enforcing the New Jersey law against discrimination against in housing, employment, and accommodations, and investigating those cases amplified for me just how racist, sexist, and other discriminatory people had control over housing, employment, and even public accommodations for people who should not have been treated that way. I know how devastating it is to be bright, to be young, to be talented, to be a professional, to have their career derailed by an abusive boss. I even know what it feels like to be a person who's filed a discrimination complaint because of my sex against an attorney general and a director of a division on civil rights, which was designed, created to protect those rights. And I want to let you know I won that case. So I wholeheartedly want to support this additional $20 million to the EEOC. It is heartbreaking for me to have worked in this field for some 50-some years and to see that I'm still fighting the exact same fight I did in the beginning, and that is equality and justice for all, irrespective of my race, my religion, my ethnicity, who I love, or what I look like. And so I urge my colleagues to please consider what justice should look like in this, the most diverse country in the entire world, and to accept my amendment. And with that, I thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.